Hello and welcome. I'm Carol DeChaine, and I am a spiritual guide for practical matters and a Marconic multidimensional energy practitioner and teacher. This month, it's about self care, but being the shortest month of the year, it's about, like I said last week, it's about how much time we normally spend on ourselves. It's the shortest amount of time. Unless you really can appreciate yourself and realize that you need to listen to yourself. And last week we talked about listening to your body, which is kind of the obvious and easy thing to do. So today we're going to talk about listening to your mind because your mind is Chatterbox City. It's all in there, loud talking, 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 talking. It's like, if you're like me, it goes a million miles an hour. And filtering out what you're thinking in order to say something can be interesting sometimes. My friends and I, especially when I was younger, I had one that I could switch subjects in the middle of a sentence and she would follow me because she knew me so well. Most people can't do that. So if you're all of a sudden talking about something else because your mind is 3,000 miles ahead, or if you know somebody who does that, you're going to go, what? If you're the person who's not part of that. Or you might just go, I just know them. I never know what they're talking about. Allow yourself, if it's your mind you're listening to just be more aware of what you say and what you're thinking, because your mind is an amazing thing. And if it gets out of sync and you're going, I'm forgetting things are weird, this isn't happening, am I getting older? Is this a problem? Pay attention to your mind because it can be sharp until you're 90, or you might lose it pretty early on. So listen, figure out what it's saying, if it's shifting, if it's like stuttering, what's happening in there. Pay attention, focus on your mind. The first thing to do that, the hardest thing to do, it seems like at least, is to stay more present in every moment, at least while you're trying to listen to your mind. Pay attention because we all have that little, what we would call the devil and the angel on the shoulder thing, where we have spirit saying you can do anything, and you're the down to earth part going, hello, there's a problem here, pay attention, what's going on? And it can be negative. It can stop you from doing things you really want to do. It can also be a cautionary tale of be careful because look before you leap type of thing. It's like your subconscious going, be careful. It may be something that you learned early on. So if your parents said, be careful, don't talk to strangers, and you have trouble talking to anybody you don't know, maybe that's where it comes from. Maybe your subconscious is saying, ooh, you might embarrass yourself. You might be taken advantage of. Maybe somebody will hurt you. So don't talk to this person. And you're going, I just want to party with somebody, that I want to be able to go out and enjoy people. And it's a party I know half the people and not the other half. I kind of want to be able to talk to them. There's maybe you want to talk to your coworkers, but you don't know them well. New at a job, don't know what to say to people because your mind is giving you all this negative feedback. When you listen to that negative feedback, you may only need to say, okay, stop. I hear you. I hear what is being said. I hear all the negative stuff. Listen to all that stuff. Maybe write it down to see exactly what your mind is telling you. Type it up, look at it, read it, say, okay, I see all this negative stuff. Thank you for putting that out there. I think all I'm trying to do is caution myself to be careful because life can be scary. And if I tell my subconscious, I hear you, many times the mind will go, oh, thank you. I just needed you to hear me. Okay. And as a life coach, I have a whole tool to use to help people look at the different sides of the positive and the negative and help marry those two sides so that you can go, okay, I can deal with this now instead of fighting yourself on it. And so many times we're not even aware. If our house is a mess and you need to declutter, you may realize I have part of me that's more comfortable in mess and other part of me that hates it for varying reasons. And the psychological reasons a lot of times will come out with this particular tool that I use because it will help you see, oh, this is what this part of my mind is trying to tell me. And usually it's your subconscious mind coming up going, be careful, be careful, be careful. Negative, negative, negative. And then the other part, which I consider more a spiritual part of your mind, going, I can do it. It's what I want. Why can't I do it? This is what I want in my life. Oh, this is why I can't, because I'm so negative. So when you look at your mind and you pay attention to what it's saying to you, you'll be able to see how you're holding yourself back. And because it's self-care, if most people don't want more worry, they don't want more pain, more unhappiness, more anger, more guilt, more, those things. We don't want more of that, but we tend to sometimes wallow in it for a while because maybe you're human, you need to be there to learn a lesson. But you don't need to stay there. And you, for heaven's sakes, don't want more of it. So if you don't want more, then you need to pay attention to, okay, what do I want? I do want more joy. Do I even know what that is? Maybe you want more love. You want more attention, more whatever it is you want, more hope, more grace in life. What is it that you really do want more of? So look at those things and then find a way to make your mind happier. So it's not in a constant state of stress and worry and anxiety because so many times we let ourselves get stuck there. Your mind going in circles on one subject over and over, and you end up dreaming about it. Make sure that when you're doing that, you are aware this is something I need to look at. What is it about this thing that's going on in my mind that's trying to talk to me? It's telling me, worry, 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 worry. Pay attention because your mind is going, I'm trying, I'm doing it. It's not, the person is not listening to me. And the mind, it goes, okay, I guess I'll have to talk to the body until the body gets sick, give her a pain, or him a pain, so that they'll pay attention to me because I'm trying to tell her something. The mind is where it all starts. And emotions are next week to listen to your emotions. So it all goes together in a beautiful way. But in order to have more self-care, listening to your mind will help you realize, what is it I'm saying to myself? Am I saying I'm ugly, I'm stupid, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not fill in the blank enough? Maybe you don't put it quite that way. Maybe you say I'm not worthy. I'm not deserving. But it's basically not being enough of something. All of that is hogwash. Another old saying. I think this one was my dad's because he was a farmer. But you look at it and you go, no, because every single individual in the world deserves to have every wonderful thing in their lives, deserves peace, deserves joy. That spiritual side of us deserves all those things and has all those things. But we get in our own way so much, and your mind is active so much that calming it with meditation can be assistance. It can definitely help you to be able to listen better because then when you calm it to a certain extent, whether you're sitting there in one place, you're gardening, you're just taking breaths with each time you take a dish out of the dishwasher, whatever it is, you calm it and you try not to think about anything specifically and breathe. Those things that come up when that happens, those are things to pay attention to. I'm thinking about what I need to do tomorrow. I'm worried about this. This is coming up. That's coming up. And you can say, great, I'm aware. Let me move on. But sometimes those things that come up, which they say, don't worry about, don't pay attention to those while you're meditating, may be the very things you need to pay attention to. Why is it coming up when you're quieting your mind? What is it about that thing or that person or that situation that's causing you to deal with this sort of thing, to have it come up at a time when you're trying to quiet your mind? All very good questions for you to think about when you do, if you do, anything that makes you quiet your mind. Like I said, it could be going for a walk. Maybe it's playing with something that quiets your mind, but it just gives your soul, it feeds your spirit with joy. Whatever it is, puppy, child, know that you have the ability to quiet your mind enough, to be aware enough, and to be in the present moment, in the now enough to listen to your mind and never say, no, I shouldn't do that. Because the mind is doing it for a reason. It's trying to warn you, it's trying to give you information, it's trying to tell you, your mother said this to you, you should listen to her. Your father, your teacher, somebody said this about you. It doesn't make it true, but I want you to know that this is what they said. And if it's your truth now, change it. So if the school bully said you were stupid and you're a PhD, but you can't get anywhere with the PhD or you can't even finish it because you think you aren't good enough, or you're somewhere in your subconscious mind is saying you're too stupid to do this because of what one person said, or your original teacher said, you're not applying yourself, you're really not getting good grades. And you're thinking, I'm not smart enough. Go back, figure out what your mind figured out, what is stuck in there, so that you can move beyond it. Because it's only a truth if you let it be. It's not the real truth. It's just your truth at the moment. Your reality is reflecting something you decided to believe in. And your mind is a wonderful way to listen to your mind, to tell you, oh, that's what's going on. And it's a great way to do self-care. It's something different from getting more sleep. It's something different from taking a bubble bath and taking those times to appreciate yourself, which is important. But you also need to listen to your mind. Thank you for joining me here today. Again, my name is Carol DeChaine. And until next week, by all means, if you like what you hear, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell notification so you know the next time that a video is posted. And beneath this video will be information on my podcast and also my website, which is www.connect2joy.com. That's connect2joy.com. And you will find information there on the podcast directly, as well as spiritual coaching for practical matters, intuitive readings, Marconic multidimensional energy work, and also energy space clearing for your home and your office or place of business. Until next week, do realize that transformation and change is a journey in this life. There's no destination. There's just a journey. So give yourself some kindness on your way.